Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ariane, and today I'm gonna be ranting about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards 2021 because it's the 5th year they make the awards and they still don't know how to make them properly, so let's talk about it. So, first category, Anime of the Year. Nominees: Keep Your Hands Off Esogen, Great Pretender, Apareramman, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dorohedoro, and Beastars. Few problems with the nominees. Beastars should not be there. Beastars is a 2019 anime. They decided to put it as a 2020 because it aired in Netflix in 2020, but it officially aired in 2019. Should not be here. It should have been in last year's awards, not in this one. So all categories where Beastars is, I'm gonna call it out because it shouldn't be there. Jujutsu Kaisen also should not be there. An anime that has not finished yet should not be nominated for Anime of the Year. Just why is it there? It should not be there. That's too early. You cannot put an anime that has not finished as Anime of the Year. No, you just can't. Just because it is being very hyped. No, you don't. And also, Apareramman, why is it there? I absolutely love Apareramman. It was an amazing anime. I had a blast watching it. It was so fun, but no one saw it. No one apart me, like 5 other people, saw Apareramman. It's great. Watch it. It's amazing. Super fun. But it should not be there for Anime of the Year because no one talked about it. No one saw it. So you could have put other animes. The winner was Jujutsu Kaisen just because it is being really hyped. Shouldn't have won. Shouldn't even have been nominated, in my opinion. But okay, next category. Best Protagonist. So nominees are Natsume from Decadence, Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen, Asakusa from Keep Your Hands Off Esogen, Katarina from My Next Life as a Villainess, Arnos Voltigos from The Misfit of Demon King Academy, Hinata from Haikyuu. The winner was Katarina Glaes, which I love. I love Katarina. I think from the bunch she's the best protagonist. But I don't understand why Asakusa was nominated for Best Protagonist because for me, there's not a clear protagonist in Keep Your Hands Off Esogen. I feel like the 3 girls are protagonists of the story. Maybe at the beginning it feels like Asakusa is the protagonist, but like the more the show goes on, less it feels like she's the protagonist. And something similar happens with Hinata in Haikyuu. He does not feel like the protagonist because the whole team feels like the protagonist. So I wouldn't put Hinata in the best protagonist category because he doesn't shine as a protagonist. He shines as a character, but not as a protagonist, if that makes sense. And I don't know why Anos is there, because did people really watch this anime unironically? Like, it was fun, but it is objectively bad. And Anos is not a good protagonist. He's literally a Garisu. A Garisu is not a good protagonist. Like, y'all hate Kirito because he's a Garisu, and you're gonna like Anos Voltigos because he's also Garisu? Yeah, no. If you hate one, you hate them all. Then, from Best Antagonist, we have En from Dorohedoro, Rachel from Tower of God, Echidna from ReZero, Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, Agito Soma from Fruits Basket, and Overhaul from Boku no Hero. The winner was Sukuna. Have a free problem here with this too. Echidna is not really an antagonist. At least she doesn't feel like it. If she's intended to be an antagonist, that was a very poorly made antagonist then. She's an amazing character. I love her. Just, she's not an antagonist. She doesn't even go against the protagonist, who's Subaru. She helps the protagonist. That's not being an antagonist. And Overhaul is not an antagonist. Overhaul is a villain. I'm tired of seeing villains in the antagonist categories. Those are 2 different things. An antagonist is something, a villain is another. Sometimes they're the same, but most case scenario, they're not. And Sukuna, I don't think Sukuna should be there because we barely got to see Sukuna in the first 12 episodes of the series. I don't think we get to know how good of an antagonist Sukuna is yet, because we barely see him. I think En should have won. I voted for En from Dorohedoro because he's an amazing antagonist and he's so interesting and this is the best character out of the bunch. If not, second for me would be Akito Soma because I hate Akito so much. Okay, next, Best Boy. I also have problems with this one. So for Best Boy, we got Kaiman from Dorohedoro, Kun from Tower of God, Anos from The Misfit of the Demon King Academy, Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen, Legoshi from Beastars, and Hinata Shoyo from Haikyuu. I think that from the bunch, the only one who actually is a best boy is Hinata. Legoshi should not be there because 2019 anime. Satoru should not be there. He's not a best boy. He's an adult. He's a grown-ass man. He cannot be a best boy. Anos, same thing, cannot be a best boy. He does not fit the category of best boy. Gon, if you're gonna put best boy, then put Bam. Bam is a best boy, not Gon. And Kaiman, also not a best boy. Like, there's one thing to be a best boy and the other thing to be best male character. So if you're gonna put best boy, also put best male character, because your best boy category doesn't have best boys outside of Hinata. And I think that's why Hinata won, even though Satoru is a much more popular character. It's because Satoru does not fit the best boy definition. So, yeah, no. Deku is best boy, but I think he won in previous years, so he cannot be nominated. But, yeah, Bam could have been put there. Other characters could have been put there instead of the ones that they put. Or you can make a category that is best male character instead of best boy, because those are two different things. Same thing with best girl, but not as much. We get Kanamori from Keep Your Hands Off Sogen, Noi from Dorohedoro, Abigail from Great Pretender, Chizuru from Red Knight Girlfriend, Katarina from An Ex Life as a Villainess, and Shinomiya from Kaguya-sama. Kanamori, I wouldn't put her as best girl. She doesn't fit the category. The other ones, I cannot talk about Abigail because I haven't seen Great Pretender. The other ones, I think they kind of fit. Katarina, I don't know. I think maybe Maria would have been a better fit in, like, from that same anime. Here is, like, better made, but still they can make a best female character and a best girl and have things separated. Noi, also, I love Noi. She's an amazing character, but best girl, I don't know. From best girl, Kaguya won. Best opening, here the nominees were Easy Breezy from Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, Wild Side from Beastars, Daddy Do from Kaguya-sama, Kai Kai Kitan from Jujutsu, GP from Great Pretender, Phoenix from Haikyuu. Here's the thing, Beastars won, which I'm not mad because the opening is amazing, but Beastars should not be nominated again, 2019 anime. The other ones are all very good. I have nothing to say about this one. The Haikyuu one, I'm not as sure. Could have been another anime instead of Haikyuu. Like, all those openings are great, so nothing to say there. Best ending, also nothing to say. They're all great. It was the one from Jujutsu, the one from Brand New Animal, the one from Fugo Keiji Balance Unlimited, the one from Great Pretender, Dorohedoro, and Inspector, which the name in Japanese is Kyoko Suiri, I believe. And the one from Jujutsu Kaisen 1, not surprised, great ending. Then best VA performance, Japanese and English, I don't care about performance, have nothing to say about it. Best director, so here, the directors from Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaguya-sama, Decadence, Great Pretender, and Tower of God were nominated. I don't think the one from Jujutsu Kaisen should have been nominated because I don't think that is the direction that is making Jujutsu shine. I think is the characters and the animation, not the direction. Same thing with Kaguya-sama. I don't think that the director from Kaguya-sama is what is making Kaguya-sama shine. I think that for best director, it's safer to put original animes because I think their direction plays a huge role, like more than in adaptations. The one who won was Masaki Yuasa from Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, and honestly, like, he deserves it. Direction in Keep Your Hands Off Esoken shines a lot, and it's something that you see played a huge role in how the anime was made and everything, and he was amazing. Definitely deserves it. So, best animation, Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, Great Pretender, Princess Connect Redive, God of High School, Jujutsu Kaisen, Beastars. 3 problems with this category. Beastars should not be in there, 2019 anime, and we should not get 2 anime from the same studio. We got God of High School and Jujutsu Kaisen both from MAPPA, so I think an anime from another studio should have been nominated instead of having like 2 from the same studio. And I think that Princess Connect Redive was there just because they sponsored the event. I haven't seen the anime, so I cannot talk about how good or how bad the animation is. Keep Your Hands Off Esoken 1, which I'm not mad it's okay. It's that like the animation is great. Best character design. So nominees: Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, Toipon Hanako-kun, Tower of God, Great Pretender, Brand New Animal, and the sequel from Inuyasha, which is Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. Few problems in here, not many, but I don't think the sequel from Inuyasha should be in there for character design. And I don't think Keep Your Hands Off Esoken should be there either. I love the characters, but I think that character designs from, for example, Akudama Drive or Aparera Man, I think those were great and were a better fit than Keep Your Hands Off Esoken and the sequel for Inuyasha. The winner was Toipon Hanako-kun, which I'm not mad, the characters are great, but yeah, I would have liked to see Aparera Man and Akudama Drive in this category, because characters there, chef kiss. Then we get best fight scene. So it was Satoru Gojo against Sukuna, but from Jujutsu Kaisen, Berkuli versus Dark God Vecta from Sword Art Online, Jimori versus Handewi in God of High School, Jimori versus Jegaltek from the God of High School, Deku versus Overhaul, and Brawler versus from Boku no Hero, and Brawler versus Master in Akudama Drive. Few problems with this. From the fights of Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't think the Gojo versus Sukuna is the one that shines the most in the first 12 episodes. They could have chosen a better fight from those 12 episodes, in my opinion. Problem number 2. We have 2 fights from the same anime. Yes, I know, God of High School, the only good thing about God of High School are the fights. But I would have only picked one to give an opportunity to another anime to be in there. And that's everything I have to say. The winner was Deku vs Overhaul, which, yeah, it's a good fight, but it's not the best Boku no Hero fight, in my opinion. There's way better ones. I think it was actually like a bad fight in comparison to all the other ones in the series. And Brawler vs Master, that was a really good fight. But also Akudama Drive, I think, has also a lot of good fights, and maybe they could have picked a better one, but that one is a very good one. Now, best drama. We got Fruits Basket 2nd season, Japan Sings 2020, Beastars, Great Pretender, Sing Yesterday for Me, and Somalito Mori no Kami-sama. I have 2 problems with this. One, Beastars should not be in there. Again, 2019 anime. And Somalito Mori no Kami-sama doesn't feel like a drama. Like, is a fantasy slice of life with adventure, and sometimes the fantasy goes a little bit into dark fantasy, but I wouldn't say it's a drama. Wouldn't put in there. For a drama, it could have been replaced with another. Beastars and Somalito Mori no Kami-sama could have been replaced with something else. Winner was Fruits Basket 2nd season, which I'm extremely happy about. It's an amazing anime. I love Fruits Basket so much. Then, best comedy. Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, My Next Life as a Villainess, Kagoshigoto, Kaguya-sama, Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, and The Misfit of the Demon King Academy. Few problems here. Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, I wouldn't say it's a comedy. It's more like a slice of life with skull and stuff, but I wouldn't say the main thing is comedy. Like, when I think of Keep Your Hands Off Esoken, I don't think of comedy, so I don't think it should have been there. And The Misfit of the Demon King Academy is not a comedy either. It's a fantasy, it's a generic fantasy anime. It's not a comedy, should not be there. And I think that Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle should have won. It is so fun. It's so much fun. Definitely like the funniest of all, and that is like pure comedy. And it's so entertaining. Watch it. It's great. And the winner was Kaguya-sama, by the way. Then best score. The only thing I have to say here is that Beastars should not be there because 2019 anime addressed. They're all great scores, great music, nothing to say. And the winner was Kevin Bacon from Tower of God. So, great soundtrack. Then best couple. Here, I have issues. So, nominees were Nasa and Tsukasa from Tonikawa, Tonikaku Kawaii, Legoshi and Haru from Beastars, Katarina Claves and Maria Campbell from My Next Life as a Villainess, Kaguya and Shirogane from Kaguya-sama, Kotoko and Sakuragawa from Kyoko Suiri, and Chizuru and Kazuya from Rent a Girlfriend. Few problems here. Legoshi and Haru should not be there for two reasons. Not only because it's a 2019 anime, but also because Legoshi and Haru are not a couple. From where that season finishes, later on in the series they are, but from where the first season finishes, they're not a couple. They start for in that season, like Legoshi is very interested in Haru. Haru not as much, but Haru is not really in love with Legoshi so far. So I wouldn't put them as a couple for those reasons. Like for now, for later seasons, yes, definitely put them as a couple. But from season 1, no. Katarina and Maria are not a couple. That's a ship. Like they're not even together or anything. And in Hamefura, Maria definitely has like a hard crush and loves Katarina, but Katarina is dumb and doesn't realize that everyone is in love with her. So there's not really any couple in Hamefura. Even like Katarina has a fiance, and she's not even in love with him. So yeah, that's just a ship. And if it was to put just a lesbian couple in there, you could have put Adachi and Shimamura from Adachi to Shimamura, even though they're not a couple yet. If you're gonna put ships, you can put that, because why invent one that doesn't even exist? I don't understand. Then Kaguya and Shirogane, they're not a couple. That's a ship. The whole point of the series as this is that they're not a couple. And Chizuru and Kazuya are not a couple. How dare you put that insult with Chizuru and call it a couple? They're not. They're a fake couple. So I wouldn't put them in there either. If you're gonna put mainly ships, you could literally make a category that is best ships instead of best couple, if you're not gonna put couples. The winners from best couple were Nasa and Sugasa from Tonikaku Kawaii, which thankfully a real couple won. Watch that anime, they're so cute. They definitely are like the best couple of the year. They're so cute. I love them. Now, last category is best fantasy. We got ReZero, Decadence, Dorohedoro, Dragon Quest, Ascendance of a Bookworm, and Tower of God. Decadence is not a fantasy. Decadence is sci-fi. In which world Decadence is fantasy? Nowhere. Decadence is literally sci-fi. Why put sci-fi in best fantasy? Like, they can make like best fantasy and best sci-fi. There are enough fantasy anime and enough sci-fi anime that come per year to make two categories. You don't need to put sci-fi in a fantasy category. That same thing happened last year. Don't do that. No. So the winner was ReZero for that one. Not bad, good fantasy, nothing to say. I would have preferred Ascendance of a Bookworm, because I think is the best fantasy out of there. A couple of extra things now that I ranted about the nominees. I think they should add more categories. Best male character, best female character should be added. Also, best sequel should be there. Also, best movie. There are enough movies per year to make that. Best sci-fi. If you have fantasy, why not a sci-fi? Best ship or best romance. If you wanna, instead of best couple, you can make best romance or best ship, because you're putting ships in a couple category. No. What else can they put? I don't know. They can put other categories. I think they can put, like, for example, best from each season. So best anime from winter, best anime from fall, best anime from summer, and best anime from spring. So we get a wider variety of anime, because here is like 20 categories, I believe. Some maybe less, didn't count, and there's like 30-ish anime in there, when over 100 anime air per year. Also, best couple. Why wasn't the couple from Oregairu put in there? Where's Hachiman? With, I forgot the name of the girl, I'm terrible with cartoon names. But that's a couple. They could be put in there, for example. So, I don't... It makes me mad, like, with so many anime that air per year. Like, last year I saw 75 anime that aired during 2019. And I saw more anime than the ones that are nominated in here. And even nominated an anime that didn't even air last year. That's a poor job. That's not good work. I think that's very lazy. I think the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, the biggest problem is that they're very lazy. They don't care to make an actual good awards with good nominees and with the huge variety of things put in there. And sometimes they throw in like a couple of animes that no one sees. Also, they can literally put best isekai as a category. There are more than enough isekais per year to make a best isekai category. So have best fantasy and best isekai. So you get in isekai only the isekais, and in fantasy without the isekais. I think that would be much more fun, because some of the isekais are not fantasy, not as much, like Hamefura. I don't really see it as a, like, it is an isekai, but it's more like a drama with comedy and slice of life and romance than it is fantasy, because the only fantasy aspect of it is the isekai thing, nothing else. So yeah, and also having like so many things that come. Also, you can make best sports anime. There are more than enough sports anime that air per year to get that one. Especially last year. Last year we got Haikyuu, we got Ahiro no Sora, we got Iwa Kakeru Sports Climbing Girls. There were more. Can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I think there were at least 6. So more than enough to make a category. I just said 3 that came into mind. So yeah, that's it. That's everything I have to say, I think. I believe I'm not forgetting anything. I took everything out of my brain. I have no neurons left. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Comment down below your opinion about the awards, what you voted for, or what you wanted to see in the awards, or what you want to see in the future in the awards. And yep, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!